Hey, it's Casey Orr and Sean Whitfield with iTruckTV.com. It's time for your NASCAR update, and we're going to get you up to speed. Kentucky Speedway, the Quaker State 400 supposed to be Saturday night under the lights, but the whole weekend gets kicked off wrong when it gets rained out and moved to Sunday. We still were treated to a great race, Sean.
That's right. This past Sunday, we got the race in at Kentucky Speedway with the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. And, of course, it was a triple-header weekend with the NASCAR Nationwide Series running on Friday night, and then last Thursday night we had the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. But we saw Matt Kenseth end up in victory lane, and he got his 28th victory in 489 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series starts and his 4th victory and 9th top 10 finish in the 2013 NASCAR season.
Kenseth is on fire this year, but real quick, we have to say Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins the pole. It seemed like he was going to have a great day. Well, somebody's tire blows out. It ends up affecting Junior. He rallies for a good finish. He finishes 12th. We'll get to the standings and the results in a minute. But then it became Jimmy Johnson Day, Sean. And when I say Jimmy Johnson Day, it was him and then everybody else. It was a race for second place. That's how dialed in that 48 team was. And then a late race restart. Jimmy's seemed vulnerable on these restarts. He's complaining that nobody else is doing it right. Well, whatever way he did it, completely wrong. He falls back. He spins out. Nobody else gets in the wreck. But otherwise, what should have been a Jimmy victory turns into Kenseth going to victory lane and Jimmy finishing ninth. The story of the day was just how darn good the 48 team was.
Yes, they were. And to prove that evidence, we've got Jimmy Johnson leading the race 182 laps out of 267. And then on the final restart, Jimmy Johnson had a slow start, ended up spinning out, and any other driver would have caused a melee of a crash and would have ended up in a wall, but not Jimmy Johnson. He managed to get out without any kind of accident or any accident of any other race car on the track and made a top 10 finish.
That's the Chad Canals magic wand in action. But the story of, Matt Kenseth getting his 4th win of the year, Sean. The most wins he's ever had any year was 5, and that's back in 2002. He's already got 4. I mean, he blows a couple engines early on in the year. He could very easily have 5 victories at this point. He had some points taken away due to some penalties earlier on. He could very easily be right up there with Jimmy. So far this year, it is Jimmy Johnson and Matt Kenseth. There seems to be a gap, and then it's everybody else. I mean, really impressed with what Kenseth has done this year.
Yeah, so very true. And his first year at Joe Gibbs Racing after coming from Roush Fenway Racing, and Matt Kenseth has certainly proven it was the right business decision for him. Let's get into the results of the Quaker State 400 at Kentucky Speedway. It was a 267-lap, 400.5-mile race. Matt Kenseth started off 16th and ended up in victory lane in his Dollar General Toyota. And second was Jamie McMurray. Third was Clint Boyer. Fourth, Joey Logano. 5th was Kyle Busch. 6th was Kurt Busch. 7th, Martin Truex Jr. 8th, Jeff Gordon. 9th, Jimmy Johnson. And 10th, Kevin Harvick.
Other notables, Casey Kane finished 11th. Junior rallies back to finish 12th. Tony Stewart, another poor showing for him, finishes in 20. Carl Edwards, 21st. Danica Patrick, Sean Danica, finished 23rd. And then, because they got caught up in some accidents, Brad Keselowski, 33rd. Biffle, 34th. And Denny Hamlin in 35th.
All right, and there was caution flags. There were 10 for 42 laps and 11 lead changes among 6 drivers. And that's your results of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race at Kentucky Speedway.
And, of course, the points report reflects those good runs by Kenseth and Johnson, and, of course, the poor runs by Keselowski and them. Let's go ahead and run down the drivers' standings.
This is after the race at Kentucky. Jimmy Johnson is our leader, 38 points ahead of second place Carl Edwards. 3rd is Clint Boyer. 4th, Kevin Harvick. 5th is Matt Kenseth. 6th, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 7th is Kyle Busch. 8th, Martin Truex Jr. 9th, Greg Biffle. And 10th, Joey Logano.
Casey Kane is 11th in the points. He's got a victory. Jeff Gordon 12th in the points, but no victories. So you got to go all the way down to 16th place, Tony Stewart, who has a victory and is in the top 20 in points. If the chase were to start today, Casey Kane, Tony Stewart, your 2 wild card winners. There you have it, the weekend at Kentucky. And now, Sean, we go from 1.5 miles to restrictor plate racing. This time, hopefully, it won't get rained out because we have another Saturday night race coming up in Daytona.
That's right. We go to the Super Speedway at Daytona International Speedway, where we have some high banks and some fast speeds with our 3rd restrictor place race of the year, and all that's going to be coming up Saturday night under the lights.
All right, thanks so much for listening. It's Sean Whitfield and Casey Orr with Valvoline Racing Radio. You can catch us on iHeartRadio.com. Search for Rock 105. Listen to us anywhere.
Yeah, if we're out of the Chattanooga, Tennessee area, you can find us right here on Rock 105.
Right here on the NASCAR update at iTruck TV, where Sean and I keep you up to speed.